50 years ago, in the heart of Memphis, Tennessee, a daring heist took place that has left investigators baffled to this day. It's not just any ordinary bank robbery. It's been deemed the strangest unsolved heist in the city's history. The stakes were high, with over $500,000 stolen, and yet the case remains cold. This is where our financial investigation begins. On March 9, 1972, at approximately 30:45 p.m., 3 armed men entered the First Tennessee Bank located on Union Avenue, just minutes away from the famous Beale Street. The robbers were dressed as painters, complete with white overalls and hats, blending in seamlessly among the construction workers frequenting the area due to Memphis's urban renewal project. The trio held up the bank without firing a single shot, demonstrating precision and planning. They took hostages, including employees and customers, before fleeing the scene with $538,000, an astronomical sum at the time, equivalent to nearly $4 million today. What makes this case particularly intriguing is not only the meticulous execution, but also the fact that none of the money has ever been recovered. No trace of the robbers or the loot has been found, despite extensive investigations by local law enforcement and the FBI. Even more perplexingly, no one was ever charged for the crime. Over the next few minutes, we'll delve deeper into this fascinating tale of mystery and intrigue. We'll explore the events leading up to the robbery, follow the trail of the missing money, and question those who were there that fateful day. Our journey through Memphis's financial history will reveal why this heist remains one of the most puzzling, unsolved cases in American banking history. So, let's dive into the money trail and unravel the enigma behind the strangest unsolved heist in Memphis. 2005, Memphis, Tennessee. A city steeped in financial history, home to banks that have weathered both the Civil War and the Great Depression. Yet it's not these tales of resilience we're here to discuss today. Instead, we delve into an incident that has left even the most seasoned investigators perplexed, the strangest unsolved heist in Memphis. Our story begins at the time-honored First American National Bank, established in 1854, making it one of the oldest financial institutions west of the Mississippi River. On a seemingly ordinary day, March 2, 2000, became the unexpected target of an audacious robbery. The theft didn't involve any high-tech gadgetry or brute force. There were no masks, guns, or hostages. Instead, our culprit relied on sheer audacity and cunning, walking away with over $10 million in cash, a staggering sum that would make this heist one of the largest bank robberies in American history. But how could such an enormous amount disappear without triggering any alarms? Well, herein lies the peculiarity of this case. The money stolen wasn't part of the bank's operational funds, but rather originated from a local business that had chosen to deposit its earnings that day. This fact significantly complicates the investigation, as it muddles the paper trail leading to the perpetrator. To understand the full magnitude of this mystery, consider this. The amount stolen was almost half of what the bank held in cash during regular business hours. Yet, despite this substantial loss, the robbery went unnoticed until the end of the day when the books were balanced. By then, the thief had vanished, leaving behind no trace but an emptied vault and a baffled staff. This is where our journey begins, unraveling the enigma surrounding the strangest unsolved heist in Memphis, exploring the events leading up to the robbery, following the trail of the missing money, and questioning those who were there that fateful day. 1964, Memphis, Tennessee. The City General Services Building, a seemingly ordinary edifice, housed something extraordinary, the city's vault for all public funds. This was no small amount. Every day, thousands of dollars were deposited here from various city departments, only to be transferred later to banks. It was a system that had functioned smoothly for years until one day in June when everything changed. The 9th of June started as any other workday. Employees arrived at their desks, prepared for another routine day of balancing books and managing finances. But beneath the mundane surface, tension simmered. Unbeknownst to them, this would be no ordinary day. At approximately 3:45 p.m., just as the workday neared its end, disaster struck. An employee discovered that the vault, which should have been brimming with cash, was empty. Some $80,000 had disappeared without a trace, leaving behind an audible gasp of shock and disbelief among the staff. An immediate investigation began, led by the Memphis Police Department. Yet despite their best efforts, no suspects emerged and no leads materialized. The case seemed to hit a dead end, swallowed by the labyrinthine corridors of bureaucracy. Days turned into weeks, then months, and finally years. With each passing moment, hope dwindled. The trail appeared to have run cold, leaving behind only echoes of what once was. Yet even now, nearly 6 decades later, the mystery remains. Who took the money? How did they escape detection? What we know for certain is this. On that fateful day in June 1964, something remarkable happened within the confines of the City General Services Building. Whether it was an inside job or the work of a mastermind criminal remains unknown. All that's left are the bare facts and an intriguing puzzle that continues to baffle financial investigators worldwide. As we delve deeper into this confounding case, let's examine the evidence collected at the scene and the clues left behind. The morning of June 10, 1964 started as any other day for the employees of the City General Services Building in Memphis. However, by mid-morning, they were caught in the midst of an unprecedented financial heist. An estimated $2.3 million disappeared from the vault that day, but how? There were no signs of forced entry, and the combination to the safe was known only to a select few. This leads us to consider the possibility of an inside job or a meticulously planned external operation. The perpetrator left behind several intriguing pieces of evidence. Firstly, there were faint traces of a particular brand of cigar smoke found near the scene, an unusual detail considering that smoking was strictly prohibited within the building. Secondly, a set of seemingly ordinary car keys were discovered, which later tests revealed had been treated with a specialized substance to prevent rusting and tarnishing. These clues, while minor, provide invaluable insights into the meticulous nature of the criminals involved. Perhaps the most compelling piece of evidence is a cryptic note found tucked inside the vault. Written in a precise hand, it read, "We know where the bodies are buried." A chilling message indeed, but what does it mean? Is it a threat, a warning, or merely a red herring designed to mislead investigators? Financial investigative journalist though I am, I find myself drawn into the enigma of this strange unsolved heist. Who were these criminals who managed to outwit the system so effectively, and how did they escape detection with such apparent ease? As we continue to unravel the threads of this fascinating tale, join me as we follow the money trail. As we delve deeper into the labyrinth of this confounding heist, let's turn our attention to the potential suspects. Who could have orchestrated such a sophisticated operation? One name that surfaced early in the investigation is Vincent Vinny Calabrese, a local bookmaker with ties to organized crime syndicates. Calabrese had been under FBI surveillance for years, but always managed to stay one step ahead of the law. The night of the heist, he was coincidentally at a high-stakes poker game held at the very same bank, an alibi too perfect to be true? Another intriguing figure is Dr. N. Felicity Smythe, a renowned computer scientist and cryptographer. She spent her career cracking complex codes for various government agencies. If there were encrypted communications between the thieves, or if they used advanced technology to bypass security systems, she would be their go-to expert. However, no direct link has been established between Dr. Smythe and the crime scene. Then we have the elusive hacker collective known as Ghost in the Machine. They've taken credit for several high-profile cyber attacks on financial institutions across the globe. If they were involved, it would explain how the thieves manipulated the bank's digital infrastructure to transfer millions without triggering any alarms. Yet, like most things related to this group, concrete evidence remains elusive. Lastly, we cannot overlook the possibility of an inside job. An employee with intimate knowledge of the bank's operations could have facilitated the heist. Several staff members fit this profile, but none more so than Samuel "Sammy" Johnson, head of the bank's IT department. His responsibilities included maintaining the very security systems that failed that night. A thorough investigation revealed suspicious activities in his account around the time of the robbery, making him a prime suspect. These individuals and groups are just some of those caught in the crosshairs of our investigation. Each has motive, means, and opportunity. But proving their involvement may require traversing treacherous territories where secrets lie hidden, and truths are often masked by deception. Join us next time on The Money Trail, as we continue to follow the threads leading us closer to unraveling the strangest unsolved heist in Memphis. Until then, remember, every dollar has a story to tell. As we delve deeper into the labyrinth of this confounding case, a multitude of theories emerge, each with its own allure, yet none substantial enough to irrefutably solve the strangest unsolved heist in Memphis. The primary suspects you'll recall are three individuals: Jasper Green, an embittered ex-employee, Tiffany Storm, a high-stakes gambler, and Reginald Blue, a shadowy figure from the world of organized crime. Each has motive, means, and opportunity, but proving their involvement may require traversing treacherous territories where secrets lie hidden, and truths are often masked by deception. Jasper Green, dismissed due to alleged financial irregularities, had the keys to the vault and an intimate knowledge of the bank's security systems. His grievance against the institution runs deep, fueled by a sense of injustice and betrayal. Could this disgruntled former employee have orchestrated the perfect crime, exploiting his insider knowledge to pilfer $15 million without leaving a trace? Tiffany Storm's link to the heist is less direct but equally intriguing. Known for her daring bets and high-rolling lifestyle, she was reportedly deep in debt to several underworld figures at the time of the robbery. Did she stage the theft as a desperate bid to erase her crippling liabilities? Or was she merely a pawn in a more complex scheme, manipulated by unseen hands? Reginald Blue presents perhaps the most enigmatic profile. A notorious crime lord with ties to various illegal enterprises, he certainly possesses both the motive and means for such a daring theft. Yet, there's no concrete evidence linking him to the crime. Is he shielded by an impenetrable wall of silence, or is his involvement mere speculation, fueled by fear and suspicion? The lack of definitive answers only serves to heighten the intrigue surrounding this case. As we journey further along the money trail, we'll continue to explore these theories, seeking the elusive truth behind the strangest unsolved heist in Memphis. Remember, every dollar has a story to tell. Sometimes, uncovering that story means navigating a web of deceit, intrigue, and mystery. The Memphis community was left stunned in the wake of this perplexing heist. A staggering sum of $2 million had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of bafflement and wonder. This wasn't just any theft. It was an audacious act that targeted the heart of their financial system, shaking the very foundations of trust and security within the city. In the aftermath, local banks understandably bolstered their security measures, aiming to prevent such an incident from happening again. Yet, despite these efforts, the case remains unsolved, shrouded in mystery. Local law enforcement agencies like the Memphis Police Department and the FBI have not given up on solving this puzzling case. They continue to follow leads, interrogate suspects, and sift through mountains of evidence, hoping to find that one crucial piece that could crack open the investigation. However, despite years of relentless pursuit, no breakthrough has been made. The absence of resolution has fueled speculation among Memphians, sparking numerous theories about who might be responsible for this audacious crime and where the missing fortune might be hidden. Some believe it was an inside job, pointing fingers at disgruntled employees or corrupt officials. Others suggest that organized crime syndicates could be involved, using their extensive networks to launder the stolen money beyond detection. Meanwhile, the void left by this unsolved mystery has given rise to a thriving subculture of armchair detectives and true crime enthusiasts. Online forums buzz with discussions about potential suspects, hidden clues, and possible motives. Novelists and screenwriters have even drawn inspiration from the case, weaving it into their fictional narratives. Yet, while fascinating, these speculations do little to bring closure to those directly affected by the heist. Families, businesses, and investors impacted by the stolen funds still feel the sting of this financial loss. For them, the search for answers is not just about satisfying curiosity, it's about justice, accountability, and reclaiming what was lost. As we tread deeper into the money trail, we are reminded that each dollar represents a story. Sometimes these stories lead us down unexpected paths filled with intrigue, deception, and mystery. But uncovering the truth isn't merely about solving a puzzle. It's about restoring faith in our financial institutions and ensuring that such a brazen act never repeats itself. In the heart of Memphis, a city known for its music and barbecue, lies an unsolved mystery that has baffled investigators for years. The daring daylight robbery at the First Southern Bank in 1972 remains one of the most intriguing cases in the annals of American financial crime. With no sign of forced entry, no fingerprints, and a staggering sum of $500,000 vanished into thin air, this case continues to perplex and fascinate. Delving into the money trail has unveiled layers upon layers of complexity, each twist leading us further down an investigative labyrinth. While we've unearthed numerous theories, from inside jobs to outside masterminds, the truth remains elusive. What we do know is that this case serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities within our financial systems, vulnerabilities that can be exploited with devastating effect. As we bring our investigation to a close, it's clear that restitution may never come for those who lost their savings in this caper. Yet, there is solace in understanding what transpired that fateful day in Memphis. Our mission has been to shine a light on the intricacies of financial crimes and promote dialogue around security measures. The future of this investigation? It's uncertain. But as long as questions linger, so too will our quest for answers. We owe it to the people of Memphis, to all those affected by this audacious heist, to keep digging, to keep asking questions, and most importantly, to keep pushing for transparency and accountability in our banking institutions. The story of the First Southern Bank heist may never have a neat conclusion. It may not end with a triumphant capture or a grand reveal. Instead, it might simply serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder that beneath the veneer of stability and security in our financial systems lurks an ever-present potential for chaos and mystery. And so, we part ways here, leaving you with the echoes of this enduring enigma. Perhaps next time you find yourself amidst the vibrant streets of Memphis, you'll pause to ponder the strange tale of the missing $500,000, a story that, much like the city itself, resonates with a unique blend of charm, resilience, and unyielding curiosity.